everybody, Rachel from A Good Feeling Dog Training here. So guys, I've gotten a lot of requests for how to teach your dog to wear a basket muzzle. So that's what I'm going to show you how to do in this video. I'll start with creating a positive conditioned emotional response to the muzzle. So I am using a Baskerville muzzle. And if you get the Baskerville muzzle, you should definitely save the box because it's useful for a later activity, okay? And then I'm just using real meat dog food treats as the reward, okay? So I'm gonna start by pairing the muzzle with the food. Yes, he sniffs it. Any voluntary interaction, I'm gonna mark and reward. Yes. Yes. Yes, and I'm really trying to keep the muzzle still. I'm not trying to move it, yes, move it towards him. I'm just trying to let him stick his face in. Yes. Yes. So I'll do it again. So I present the muzzle, yes. And as soon as he sticks his face in, I'm marking and rewarding. Yes. And he's offering this completely. Yes, good boy. Nice. Yeah. I'm not forcing the muzzle on him. I'm not making him stick his nose in. I'm waiting until he offers it, and then I am marking and rewarding. Okay? So again, I present the muzzle. Waylon? Yes. He sticks his face in. I mark and reward. Now I'm starting to feed through the muzzle because he's happy to stick his face in. Yes. Yes, good boy. It will depend on your dog, right? Like how long it takes to get to this point. Waylon's never had any negative interactions with the muzzle. For him, it's just a training exercise, right? Like it's a super fun game. So I'm able to progress pretty quickly. But remember, this depends on your specific dog. So you want to spend a lot of time at this level, getting the dog to voluntarily stick their face in and leave their face in, okay? And initially, you don't even have to feed through the muzzle. The next step, I'm going to let Waylon eat out of the muzzle, and then I'm going to start holding the strap behind his ears. And for convenience sake, I'm going to set the muzzle in my leg so that I have a free hand. Waylon? Yes, so he sticks his face in. Yes, and I reward. Yes, and then I start to just hold the strap behind his ears. Yes. Yes. Good. And then I start to do the strap over his head. So I'm waiting for him to stick his face in. Good boy. Yes. Good. It's right here. Yes. Good boy. Okay, so he's not super comfortable with that strap over his head. Okay, so that's something you have to watch for your individual dog. So it's a little too much for Waylon. So I'm gonna back off of that. I'm gonna go back to just the straps behind his ears. So again, I'm gonna place the muzzle in between my legs. Yes, and he sticks his face in. I'm gonna mark and reward. And then I'm gonna hold the strap behind his ear. Yes. Yes, and I'm just holding the strap, right? Like I'm not actually putting it on him for now. Yes. Yes. Okay, so now I'm going to try the strap over his head again. Okay, so still a little much, right? Not super into it. So I'm going to go back to the ear straps. Yes. Good boy. Nice. Good. And then I'll start to kind of hold the straps on for a little bit longer. Nice. Okay, so that's step 1 and 2, right? So initially you want the dog to voluntarily interact with the muzzle. So any voluntary interaction, you're getting a mark and you're rewarding. In the initial stages, you can be rewarding outside of the muzzle, okay? And then once the dog is willingly sticking their face in, then you can start feeding through the muzzle, okay? So there's this hole, this bottom hole, you can kind of see it. I'm gonna stick the treat up through there, right? And that's how I'm gonna be feeding through the muzzle, okay? And then when the dog is voluntarily eating through the muzzle, then I'm gonna start holding the straps behind their ears as they eat, but I'm not gonna strap it on, okay? And this totally depends on your dog and their comfort level. Like you guys saw, I tried to put this strap over Waylon's head and he wasn't super okay with it, so I just backed off from that step. okay? So the next exercise that I'm going to work on with Waylon is I'm going to teach him how to use his tongue to lick things out of the hole of the muzzle strap, okay? So I'm going to hold a treat in my hand, my open hand, just like this, okay? And then I'm going to stick the muzzle over it, and I'm going to let him stick his face in and lick the treat out. Waylon? So I want him to figure out, yes, that he can use his tongue to lick things out of the muzzle. Because I don't want to cause panic when there's treats, because sometimes dogs will be like, oh my God, I need to get the treat. I need to get this thing off my face to get the treat. When in fact, all they have to do is use their tongue. So I want to teach that super early on. Now I'm going to go back to holding the straps around his ears, okay? Good boy. Nice. Okay, so I'm going to do a couple of cookies in my hand this time just to buy me a little bit more time. So I have about a handful of cookies. I'm going to put the muzzle there, and I'm going to, come over here. Good, Waylon. Let him lick them out, and then I'm just going to hold the straps behind his ears. Nice. And then when all the cookies are gone, then I will let go of the straps. Good, and then he can choose to come out of the muzzle if he wants, but he is still, oh, there's still one more treat in there. Nice, good boy. So now that Waylon is comfortable, right? He's happy, he's sticking his face in there. When I stop feeding, he's like, come on, woman, feed me more, my face is in here. So now I'm gonna start to progress a little bit more, and I'm gonna try for this head strap again. So I'm just gonna do a couple of treats in my hand. And I tell you what, this exercise is a lot easier if you have help, but this is how you can do it if you're alone. Good. This time I'm going to hold the straps just a little bit tighter. Nice. And then again, when I can feel that the treats are almost gone, then I will let go of the straps, and then he is free to come out of the muzzle if he wants. Boy. So I'm giving him the choice here, right? Like, you can keep your head in the muzzle, but you don't have to. Team is playing a really nice cleanup crew here. Yes, good boy. Nice. Now that Waylon's getting more comfortable, now I'm going to push criteria a little bit more, and I'm going to try to attach the strap. Nice. And I'm going to go like this. Doing this one-handed is not an easy feat. Good boy. Nice. Okay. Good boy. Nice, so I'm gonna get it on, and then I'm gonna get a couple more cookies, and I'm gonna feed. Nice. Good. Nice, and he seems fairly comfortable. He's not pawing at it. His ears are still forward, pretty relaxed body. Good, and then I'll unclip it. Then we'll take it. Good. So he sticks his face in, strap it on. And I'm doing it relatively tight, right? So he can get the feeling for it. Yes. Nice. Okay, so his head's kind of low. He doesn't look super comfortable, so I'm not going to push too much time. Yes. Good boy. Nice. And again, I'm just kind of holding this strap up. And then when I can feel that all those cookies are gone out of my hand, then I'm just going to take it off. Nice. It will depend on your individual dog, so don't rush the pace here, okay? And like I said, Waylon has only ever had positive associations with this muzzle, so it's easy to kind of jump criteria and push. Nice. I'll do another handful of cookies. Good boy. Nice. Good job. Okay, and now that he's fairly comfortable with it on, I'm going to start to just bring a little bit more duration of time to the behavior. So he's wearing it. I put it on. Tina, can you get back, please? Thank you. Good. Yeah. Nice. Good, and then I'm even just going to ask for a simple behavior with it on. Touch. Yes. Touch. Yes. Good. And this is actually the first time Waylon has actually had the muzzle completely strapped on. So, touch. Yes. I'm really pleased with how content he is. And again, right, like I want to just teach him that wearing a muzzle just ain't no thing. Just a normal day at the office. Yes. Like I was saying, you want to save this box because it acts as a really nice muzzle stand. And an exercise that I also really like doing when I'm conditioning a dog to wear a muzzle is just building their comfort with having the muzzle on their face. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to smear a little bit of peanut butter in the bottom of this muzzle and just let Waylon lick it up. So again, I'm letting him choose. He gets to choose to lick the peanut butter out. And that box acts as a really nice muzzle stand. The exercise you can do on a daily basis with the muzzle training. Get it. So something lickable can definitely aid in the muzzle training. So seriously, even just some peanut butter on a spoon, okay? So now that Waylon's pretty comfortable with this, I'm gonna start to push for a little bit more duration of time where he wears it, okay? So I'm gonna put it on him. Boy. And this peanut butter is definitely working in my favor. Boy. Nice job. Good. Okay, so now I'm gonna add a little bit of movement to it. So I'm gonna move. He felt, Waylon. Okay, so he's feeling a little uncomfortable, no big deal. Yes. Good. Waylon. Yes. Nice. So again, you don't want to do too much too soon, right? The name of the game is slow and steady. Let them really like the muzzle and slowly build up duration of time. Okay, you guys, so this is how you can get started with the muzzle, and I am going to do a part 2 of how you can condition the dog to wear the basket muzzle after you've kind of made it through these steps. So stay tuned for video number 2, and if you like video number 1, share it with your friends, would ya? Have a good day, everybody. Thank you.